All righty. Hi, everyone. This is Mrs. Calhoun speaking to you. Um, Today, pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly go over this so that you guys can be prepared for our discussion on Tuesday. So here's our objective for the week. We first have determining theme. We have analyzing figurative language. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use the Pretty Hers example, which I'm explaining throughout this screencast, and the essential question and your own music video to answer the essential question. And that is, do music videos successfully convey social issues? Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is go over exactly what you're analyzing. In order to analyze a music video, you need to analyze the different types of camera shots that the director uses to convey those different ideas and those different feelings. So the first one we have is high angle, and that looks down at a scene, okay? So that shows us what's happening in the scene. And usually when it's a high angle and you're looking down, it makes that subject seem vulnerable or powerless or weak, okay? For low angles, that looks up at the scene, okay? So when directors use that, it makes them seem strong and powerful. Think about how a little kid looks up at an adult, okay? Think about those images in films when you see it looking up, all right? Like in Lion King, when you see Mufasa, he looks powerful, okay? The next one is long shot. That shows the entire body of the character from a distance. And we saw that in Macbeth and the Estate. That was the last time we went over camera shots. And a lot of you guys laughed at it. We saw Satan and he was running towards like the different cars, okay? That's when Macbeth was telling him, go, and a lot of you guys were laughing. But that shows the relationship between the characters and their environment. We were able to see what type of neighborhood it was in, what it looked like, etc. Next one we have is the medium shot. That shows a fairly close view of the face and parts of the body. And that's very important. And the reason why directors use that is because it captures enough emotion, but it also captures gestures that we can analyze, okay, and that we can pick up on. Next one is a close-up, and that focuses on the face or particular image, okay? So a lot of directors use the close-up to show the reactions of those characters, their emotions, their expressions, and they use that to connect with the audience. Yes, okay? They use that to connect with the audience. And then the last one we have is the deep focus, and that keeps all the elements of the scene in the shot. So we see everything, but there is something that kind of stands out, okay? And that's showing how detailed and layered this world is, or actually the world that the director is creating through those films or music videos for this week, okay? So real quick, we're going to go over tone. Remember, tone is the author's attitude towards the subject. It is usually an adjective, okay? Remember, adjective describes. So you can use tone words such as negative, positive, aggressive, cold, confident, okay? Disrespectful, encouraging, all right? It could be optimistic, it can be joyful, it can be critical. Okay, so all of those elements drive the tone. Okay, when you use imagery, and you guys will see a lot of imagery throughout these music videos, that is driving the tone, that creates a tone. Okay, when they use symbols, when they use their word choice in the lyrics, that creates the tone. All right, symbolism, it can be anything that represents something bigger than itself. All right, so there are different colors that create different symbols. As you guys can see, black usually represents evil, even though black to me represents beauty. You know what I'm saying? All right, blue represents health, red represents anger, okay? And these are things that you guys can also Google. Feel free to use your resources, all right? But different things represent things that are bigger than themselves. So look for the symbolism in your videos. All right, now we went over these literary terms last week in the discussion. So please make sure that you guys go over them. We have similes, metaphors, onomatopoeia, alliteration, hyperbole, personification, repetition, and imagery. All right. We went over these last week. You guys also took a quiz, and you will also be taking a quiz this week. So please make sure that you guys are studying these literary terms. All right. This is the same video that was posted last week. Please look at it in your spare time. It gives you examples, and it's something that you guys can always refer to. All right, now here is the actual project that you guys are doing this week. All right, for the past couple weeks, we've been looking at the genders. Okay, we looked at one through the male's perspective, we looked at one through the female's perspective. Okay, now this week, you're going to be choosing a music video on a social issue of your choice. There is a document uploaded where it gives you a list of music videos by genre. Okay, please look at them. If you don't find something that you like, that is fine. Make sure that you let your teacher know by Wednesday at 12 p.m. All right, so let me know by Wednesday 12 p.m. Okay, it has to talk about a social issue, and it has to have a music video that goes along with it. All right, now here's the example, and this is where the example starts. This is exactly what I gave you guys as a template to use. So you're going to enter your title of the music video. Of course, we're going to be going over Pretty Hurts because that is the music video that we looked at last week. All right, the genre is pop, the artist is Beyonce, and then insert your link. All right, so all you have to do is copy and paste it. All right, here we have the background. Now, what type of video is Pretty Hurts? Of course, it's entertainment. A lot of your stuff will be entertainment. Many of you guys said that it was also informational, and if you would like to put informational for yours, that is absolutely okay. All right. The second one is, which of these elements are present in the music video? Remember, anytime you watch a video, you want to make sure that you are answering these questions. And of course, we have music, color, live action, black and white, special effects, and background noise. Yes, we do. All right. Again, things that we went over last week. Then we have the setting. Now, this little blurb up here, all right, is not necessarily, this is just information for you. Okay, so you don't have to write anything here. All right, so you're going to describe the setting of your video and describe all the settings. All right, it says this video has multiple settings because it goes back and forth between different time frames. The different setting locations include the house, on stage, and backstage of a beauty pageant, in a dance studio, and some type of body of water. The setting time flashes back and forth before and after the pageant, and even takes the audience back to when Beyonce was a child. So here, if you guys would like to upload pictures, I love images. Feel free to upload a picture. Here I have a picture of Beyonce and the host, and he's bringing her forth. That is one of the many settings that we see throughout the video. Then we have the main idea / theme. So what social issue is your video mostly about? All right. So for this one, it's definitely gender norms in society for women. Okay. Think broad. The themes or the what is that called? The social issues that it could reference is let's see, police brutality. It can reference depression. It can reference let's see, gender norms, of course. It could reference LGBT rights. The list goes on with social issues that your videos can reference, okay? So make sure that you guys answer the question in complete sentences and thoroughly. The audience, all right? Again, this is just information for you on what questions you need to include. And then, of course, we have the target audience. You want to choose one and be specific, all right? For this one, it is young women, okay? And how they have outside pressures, which both boys and girls do, but because of the setting and because of that theme and the social issue, because of the imagery that we're seeing, we're choosing young women. So make sure that your audience is very specific, okay? Next, you're going to choose 3 different literary terms, and each page will have a different literary term, okay? You have for this one, the literary term is metaphor. All right, you're going to include the lyric. It could be a lyric or it could be an image, and you can screenshot that from the video. All right, so we have the metaphor, and this is comparing perfection to a disease. Make sure that you explain it in full. All right. Then we have the next one is personification. It is talking about how the reflection stares. Now remember, reflections do not stare at you. You stare at you. Okay. So By her saying that, the reflection is staring right into you. That is personifying that word. All right. Make sure you explain it. It's proving how hard women are on themselves. Next one, repetition. Of course, there's pretty hurts, and she uses that. Anytime you use the word repetition, anytime an author repeats something, they are emphasizing something. So make sure that you are telling me what it is emphasizing if you use repetition. All right, now we have camera angles. You're only choosing 2 camera angles, okay? 2. All right, and actually, I think for the literary terms, we changed it to 2, 2. So you're only choosing 2 of each. So 2 camera angles and 2 literary terms. All right, for this one, I chose the close-up and I chose the deep focus. So make sure that you choose 2, you tell me what they are, and then what's the purpose. And that's when you go back to that page and you tell me of the close-ups, and you tell me what exactly is the purpose of them including this type of angle, right? How does it affect the audience? Okay. All right, we have important symbols. We, of course, the trophies, and we went over this last week in discussion. The trophies definitely represent the beauty standards that women have to face, and then she's knocking them down, which shows that she is destroying those beauty standards as she destroys those trophies. All right, we're almost done. The tone, remember, it is how the author feels, not the mood. It's not about how you feel, it's how the author feels. All right, and this is definitely a critical tone. Okay, she is criticizing the different ways that society brings young women down. All right, so make sure that you guys have an adjective that represents the tone, and then you include evidence. Okay, so what words or phrases is the word used? Choose words or phrases. For this one, it's we shine the light on whatever's worse. Perfection is the disease of a nation. All right, and then of course explain it. And then the last slide is, did your music video successfully convey a social issue? Okay, and you're gonna rate it. So this rating was a 5. It says the music video Pretty Hurt successfully conveyed the social issue by using symbolism, imagery, and metaphor to convey to our audience that beauty standards are harmful to society. So it is up to you. Make sure that you follow this same template. All right. So on Tuesday, we will be having a discussion. It will be the We Do. We will be doing it together for a different music video. And then, of course, you guys can run free with your own. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. All right. Thank you.